Welcome back to the 3 Point Show. It's your host with the most, Michael, also known as Michael. You remember it's Halloween week, so you've seen a lot of people come back to life, bring back characters back to life. Well, we have a member of Drip Set right here in Don Sugar. He's back to return. I always said it. He's our boxing aficionado. He tells us all the things that's been happening. Hopefully, we get you back on for the major fight in December.
I'll be there.
Yeah, you. So, first of all, you saying you good?
I'm great, man.
Well, other than
the leg.
Other than the leg.
I'm cutting through, man. Cutting through.
All right, so we have to talk about obviously the main event that happened last night, which was the Kovalev Canelo fight. Yeah. Now it was a fight I thought Canelo was going to struggle with because he's gone up a weight class, I believe it was, or he hasn't really fought at that weight very often, should I say? So I thought he would have struggled with that, and it did look like it was going to the distance. It went to the 11th round for those who don't know, but then Canelo just stopped. So, first of all, just give us your thoughts on the fight, and or give us a run by a play that you normally delight us with on the ground.
So firstly, I think it was a good fight. I predicted a Canelo stoppage in my group chat. The only thing is, I thought Canelo would stop Kovalev with a body shot, but he stopped him with an uppercut, a left hook, and then right across the jaw. It was a devastating knockout. So yeah, man. But up till the 11th, it was a close fight. I had Kovalev winning by 2 rounds. I think the early rounds, Canelo was like feeling him out. Kovalev was pumping the jab. It wasn't really. He was hitting the gloves a lot, but I think he was doing a lot more work, a lot more positive work than Canelo. But middle rounds, Canelo started taking over a bit. There was a few swing rounds here and there.
Yeah.
And then got to the final few rounds, the championship rounds, and Kovalev's his legs now they're starting to go.
They're starting to go, yeah.
And Canelo's sickening body shots. They caught up with him in the last stages of the fight. So yeah, eventually he just got caught, and then it was goodbye. So I think it's time for Kovalev to retire now. Man.
Yeah, Kovalev he's 36 years old. He's not no spring chicken. He's had a good round of results. I think this loss, that was the nail in the coffin. I think once you get older, as a boxer, you have to either pick your fights wisely or know when it's time to retire. Otherwise, after you retire, you might have some problems, you know what I mean? And you don't want to wish that on any fighter. But that's, for me, even though I was not upset by the result, I thought the result was, I didn't think it was going to go that way. Canelo has shown me that he's made of the real stuff. You look back at his career, he's obviously only lost 1 fight to Floyd. You could have said 2, there's a dubious decision with GGG's fight. But in the second one, he beat him fair and square, in my opinion. So there's nothing we can say about it. So and he's a 4-time world champion. So how do you rank Canelo? How would you describe his greatness? Obviously, there's controversy with his drugs, kind of thing. So how would you describe Canelo?
So with Canelo, he's one of my before the contaminated meat. He was one of my I'll say he's one of my favourite fighters, like currently today. But since that, it stained his name.
It stained it.
Yeah, man. Because the fact that I always had suspicions because the way that he was moving up weight classes so seamlessly, and he was piling on the muscle, but still keeping every single thing in his skill set. Literally everything, nothing was changing. So I just knew there was something a bit fishy. So then when he failed the drug test, and then he tried to claim it was contaminated meat from Mexico.
What do you know?
I was sickened, to be honest. I was sickened. But I hold him in high regard as well. because he's so talented. Obviously, only Floyd beat him when he was 21.
Yeah,
still coming up the ranks.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, it's a shame, but you still can't deny his ability and what he's achieved in the sport. So he's definitely a Hall of Famer.
Definitely.
Great.
If you look at his resume, we've got it here. You got Kovalev, Dan Jacobs, Gennady, Leon Smith, Amir Khan, all in his resume. I mean, Miguel Cotto as well. You got a lot of people that, you know what I mean, are top fighters, if that makes sense. So who would you say is the next fighter from him? Does he take a step back and fight Anthony Yarde, or?
I think it's going to be a bit sticky for him now because obviously he signed the 11-fight deal with the Zone, so he has to. He doesn't really have to fight. He can choose anyone really, but in terms of who would be appealing to like the fans and that, I'm not too sure where he goes. To be fair, I think Callum Smith once was calling his name. I think Billy Joe Saunders is still trying to work towards that. But
do you think Billy Joe's got enough?
Billy Joe is quality. He's a quality fighter, but I don't think he'll have enough for Canelo. Canelo's he's just too gifted.
It's a different class, isn't it? From the fight yesterday, did you see any weaknesses in his arsenal?
I wouldn't say weaknesses, nothing that we haven't seen before. That he'd take some rounds off, like he'll slow down the pace and then turn it up a notch, go through the gears, his combination punching and his counter punching. But I'll say it was just there wasn't really that many weaknesses that we didn't know about. But it was just Kovalev's the physical
size of him.
Yeah, he had everything over him. So he had the reach, the height, everything. But it still wasn't enough at the end of the day. But I feel like if Canelo fights someone else at that weight that is younger, a bit more sharper, then Canelo could have a bit more problems than he had last night.
So who do you reckon is a young up-and-coming fighter that could give him these problems?
Callum Smith could give him a few problems, but I don't think he'll have enough to beat him. I think he might give him more problems, more issues than Kovalev did, because Canelo was just walking through everything Kovalev had. He was just, he never looked uncomfortable at any point in the night. But I feel like Callum Smith can put a dent in Canelo at some point in the fight.
Well, let's not forget he's not Father Time's actually undefeated. So if he carries on fighting, doesn't matter how good you were in your early 30s and your late 20s, you're gonna get stopped by someone.
Always, man.
Unless you're obviously Floyd. Yeah, but not everyone is.
Not everyone is, man. There's only one Floyd.
There's only one Floyd, and that's why we have to rate him at that. But before you move on, I need your prediction for the mega fight. Yeah. Who do you think is going to win? Because, all right, I'm going to say AJ because AJ reminds me of myself. AJ reminds me of myself, good-looking chap, and when it gets down to it, you know what I mean, rumble in the jungle. but no, in all seriousness, the last fight, not only did it affect his record, obviously, that's minuscule. The record's nothing. But his, in my opinion, his ego, how he's viewed by everyone, that's taking a major hit. He looked like that good-looking chap, that strong geezer that no one was going to take him down. You know what I mean? But now we've seen, and it's not just, obviously I did the same mistake. I'm not as experienced in boxing as you are. So I didn't really know much about Andy Ruiz. But I would have said, oh, this geezer, he's gonna slap him up. You know what I mean? Especially the fact that he took the fight on such late notice. I would have thought, oh yeah. But because he's hurt AJ so much, I feel like he's gonna use that to fuel him to win against Andy Ruiz. Am I bugging up? Or
I hear what you're saying. The saying always goes, if you beat him once, you can beat him twice. So the thing with AJ is that I agree with you, even people in boxing, they knew Andy Ruiz, but they wouldn't have said, he's going to give AJ some problems, just even though he's fat and obese and whatnot. He's still going to give it. Not anymore. He's slimmed down, lost a lot of pounds, but people would have said, Andy Ruiz will give AJ problems, but we don't expect him to win. Might cause him problems for 3 or 4 rounds, and AJ will find his feet. But now it's a thing where people understand that Ruiz's style is a bit of a bad matchup for AJ. And the fact that AJ he's made some changes to his camp this time around. I think he's brought in a second trainer and made some alterations in terms of.
Does that normally work in terms of bringing in a second trainer?
Most people are against it, to be honest. I think only maybe Terence Crawford, who's had 2 trainers for like a long period of time. He's like one of the only ones that have been successful. But when you have like, it's normally a conflict of interest. So Rob McCracken will be telling him one thing, who's his trainer, and then the new one will be telling him, advising him some other things. So I think you saw that when he fought Povetkin. Joshua came, he was fighting with his left arm down, and then whenever he was going back to the corner, Rob McCracken, who's his actual trainer day in, day out, was telling him, keep your hands up. So then every time the start of the round, Joshua would come in, he would keep his hand, and then literally like halfway through or something, just put his arm down.
Just put his down.
And that's the same way he was fighting.
Would you say having 2 trainers is only beneficial if they're on the same page?
Yeah, I think it can be if they're on the same.
If the
camp is moving in one direction.
That's a hard thing to do. Everyone has different views.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so who you got, Ruiz or AJ?
At the moment, I'm edging towards AJ, but
why?
Because I feel basically just the simple fact that AJ on his best day versus Ruiz on his best day, I feel like AJ wins 9 times out of 10. But it's just the external factors. Everyone knows that AJ wasn't right that night. As much as he wants to lie on Sky Sports and all that and say there was nothing, no panic attack. He's capping. There was something, there was definitely something. But we just don't know. And don't know when we're going to find out, if we ever do. But I think...
Why do you think he did that? Why do you think he said that? No?
Because he's like a man, he likes to portray himself as a man of like honour and integrity, so he doesn't want to make excuses.
This ain't Game of Thrones, brother. Just say, yeah, I wasn't feeling well. I had to bang his shit before I don't care. Say anything, bruv. Just say the truth. Yeah. Everyone with 2 eyes can see that. Even, Stevie Wonder, he probably feel his way down and say, yeah, this guy ain't feeling too right. It's true. Don't lie to us, bruv. I think probably that's more dishonourable. Lying to the public, if that makes sense.
Yeah. But he wants it to be like, there's no excuses.
Yeah, no excuses. Yeah.
And I lost, and that's that. That's how he wants it to be. But he needs to come out, man. So tell the truth.
Who does the winner fight?
Ooh,
that's a question not many people
ask. I think if AJ wins, I don't know who he's gonna fight. But if Ruiz wins, I think people will be queuing up to fight him. Actually, it's just Tyson. I'm not too sure what Tyson. He's over in the WWE, making his money. So I don't know what he's doing. I
never knew it would be that easy to transition into into WWE. Because look, if WWE are giving out money, I tell you what, sign me up. Because man would do sign up to Turnbuckle and sign. What he was doing, I know he rose up like Undertaker, didn't he? Like, come on, bro. You know what I mean? But I respect it because. At the end of the day, one thing I will say about him, as opposed to the other 2 big giants in the heavyweight division, he's an entertainer.
He is.
As much as you want to say.
He is, man.
As long as he gets his priorities right and comes back into what we want him to do, I mean, he's got the rest of his career to do all that.